Good evening, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Today I'm going to bring in a new book into the playlist channel for all of us to listen to. It's basically a book of redemption of a former adult star who shares in her memoir basically how she came through and how through that transformation she is now willing to share in her book ways to help people in different ways in today's world. And I think there's some good points to share from this book. Her name was Shelley Lubben, and so I'm going to share with you one point from her book, express that point, but then bring into my opinion what I think about what she's saying, and maybe if it helps you, let's see if it does. So let's see, and let's get this video started. So this is the book I found of a former adult star, the Porn Fantasy by Shelley Lubben. Right. And so basically, in short, like as I mentioned earlier, she was a former adult star who now has, I think recently passed. I pray she's in heaven, right? But she left us her notes from the past, and basically just in that transformation, how she overcame the porn industry, had a family, and how it really transformed her, not just for herself, but the people that she knew later on. And I'm going to share one thing from her book that really is a call out to everyone who is a leader or someone that wants to make that transformation to help others. And so she references Nero from the Roman Empire and how basically the Catholics, the people that were crucified, martyred back then, were really distractions for the people. But she goes on to say, in this regard today, it's now the porn industry and those other distractions, the drugs that really are the distraction of other people in our youth. And she says, okay, take heed, Christians. The spirit of Nero is alive and well. While you strayed from me and chose slave drivers and their bloodthirsty races, referring to the old games of the Romans, and did not return to my love, I gave you over to your hysterical lust, and now you belong to Nero. He has dipped you in the worldwide wax and impaled you around his pornographic palace. You are now officially the light of the world. And basically, those words Shelley Lubben is alluding to is the Christian leaders that have really, as she believes, have let everyone down. And the fact that, hey, where are our leaders in this new age today? Are they battling the adult industry? Where are they as far as stopping these other industries and people from falling into a terrible situation? And now people will say, okay, well, what about people trying to survive and trying to make a living just because life is hard? Okay, well, let me say this. If there was a different industry that helps the human person rather than destroys the human person, share that with me and we'll share that with the world, and then we'll help other people through a good way. And yes, I always keep in mind those in the adult industry. Every day I always pray for them. I always do, because I know that everyone is still a good human being at the end of the day, and that life circumstances will always put us in good or bad situations. And that is where I'm so forgiving, and I care and I love for other people, and I really do. And so I'm always hoping and praying for people to get out of that industry sooner rather than later to support themselves and their kids and their families. And so from me to you, with respect to Shelley Lubben's book here, with what she's saying, now to that point with Nero used the Christians as distractions for the games, right? Through all the martyring, if that's a word, the persecution, using the animals to also play as a spectacle in the arena, and people are like, whoa, they're just distracted throughout the day, because this would go on the whole time for a day for about several hours, while the rest of the community was probably out doing some other businesses with the leaders of the Roman Empire. I don't know, but I'm not a historian in this regard. But let me just share that distraction. Okay, how do you look at other distractions today? What are other examples of that you see? So I would argue, okay, sports, that's another one. Movies, of course, the adult industry, but then you go into other materials, drugs, alcohol, substances, ways to keep the people distracted, to control the masses. How do you control the mass population with distractions so that you yourself, those who are on top, get to decide the rules and how everyone lives according to what you say as a politician or a leader in your country? And so you think about it, if you can break out of that rat race, break out of the matrix, people would say, once you recognize that, okay, how can we help other people get out of that matrix so they no longer feel like they're trapped? And this could go into other areas as far as this topic is concerned, like work, the 9-to-5 argument that people will always bring up. But for this context of this video, I'm going to bring it back to the leaders, because as she's calling the leaders out, Shelley Lubben, where are our leaders in our churches today? Not just the Catholic Church where I'm from, but also the Christian churches, the Mormons, everybody, right? Where is the leadership across the world that's going to stand up to evil when it is spitting us in the face, and we're not even willing to go and tackle that? Now, people will say, well, Mike, you're going to stick your neck out if you make a video like this, or you're going to stand out. But it's like, if no one stands up for our youth or the people who are in those industries right now, okay, what's the way out that's going to help them survive, to help them and their kids? Or how are they going to find someone to talk with about these problems, about these situations? And that is where I come in as the counselor, as far as what I can do from my perspective, helping people, a client on the inpatient, outpatient setting. But what can you do as just a regular person, helping those that you know are in trouble, that may be in need of support? And so maybe it's like, okay, do I get rid of the laptop? Do I get rid of the iPad? Do I get rid of that connection with someone that people have in our community, because we know, okay, they're quote unquote, this is where the girls or the guys go to get involved with that industry? Okay, what do you do to take away the industry slowly in your community? Or how do you slowly give that outing, as Shelley Lubben alludes to in her book? What she did was basically go to those industries, those celebrations, and she gave to ladies and men who are struggling with it basically a pink cross, right, a pink ribbon, and just saying, hey, you're not alone, you can get out of this. So what can we do in the peaceful way to help people in these industries? What are creative ways we can do to help people not get trapped in here forever, and to give them love and respect that they do deserve? Because people will say, well, people in that industry, do they deserve it? Well, of course. Because like I said earlier, life circumstances can pin somebody down where no one understands their situation. You don't know me, I don't know you. And so the benefit of the doubt is, okay, if you're given a chance to redeem yourself, I hope you do. And so at least that chance is available for you. And I think that's what we can do from the rest of the world. We can provide a chance for people who are struggling. And if they take that chance, and if they come to us and we recognize that, okay, let's go and help that person in need. Let's go and make that difference for the person now. Support them through their journey. We can do this. We can support people through a change. You can do this. This is hard work. And that is the other side of the coin. Don't be afraid of this intimidating work, what people are going to say about you, the critics. You are strong, you're a leader, and most importantly, I do believe you can make a rift in your community, and people will see the change and they will follow you in the bandwagon in a good way. So that is for me, Mike the MC, sharing with you a new book on my channel from Shelley Lubben on making a change in your life. Where's the leadership? You can be a leader. You can make that change. And remember, once you get something started, people will follow. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good one.